My name is Hassan Jallow. I'm the Chief Justice of the Gambia. Well, I was born in the Gambia. I studied law in the University of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and also at the Nigerian Law School, where I did my bar. Then I proceeded, after a couple of years of practice in the State Law Office in the Gambia, I proceeded to the University of London, UCL, to do a postgraduate course in international law, human rights. I worked as a state attorney, became Attorney General, Minister of Justice for a period of 10 years, 1984 to 1994 in the Gambia, and a judge of the Supreme Court. I've also done some international assignments. I used to be a judge in the appeals chamber of the Special Court for Sierra Leone, a judge of the Commonwealth Arbitral Tribunal, and then later was appointed as the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, which I served for just over a decade before coming back home in 2016 to become Chief Justice in 2017. It was both. There's the independence and the professionalism that it provides me and all the members of the profession. And also one was inspired at the time by senior legal practitioners who were practicing law in the Gambia. So the sources, the inspiration came from both sides. As Chief Justice, I'm responsible as presiding officer over the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the final court of appeal in the Gambia. It has original jurisdiction on constitutional issues, interpretation and enforcement of the Constitution, dealing with also challenges to elections to the Office of President and Office of the National Assembly. So it has those first instance jurisdictions plus the appellate jurisdiction. And the Chief Justice presides over that court. In addition, you are responsible for administration and management of all the courts. It is a very pleasant responsibility in the sense that one is involved in resolution of the major public constitutional legal issues in the country on the bench, and at the same time in the development of policies and strategies and their implementation for improving the machinery of justice in the Gambia. It's a challenging role in all its aspects, in the judicial decision-making, in the management, and in the administration of the courts itself. In dealing with complaints from the public, you have to attend to those as well. You have to develop and maintain good relationships without compromising your independence and impartiality with the executive and the legislative branches of the state. I think the management side of it is probably the most challenging, because you have to relate and deal and interact with other agencies and get their buy-in and their support. For instance, with regard to provision of resources, whether human or material, etc. The work on the bench is difficult, but I think the management side is more challenging. The Commonwealth has shared values relating to judicial independence, respect for the rule of law, and generally promoting good governance in our countries. And I think the judges, the judiciaries play an important role in this respect, in maintaining the rule of law. So it's useful for judicial officers at all levels to be coming together, to exchange ideas, to exchange experiences, to learn from each other about how very often challenges that are common to all of us are being dealt with, being addressed, being resolved in other jurisdictions. So it's a very useful forum in that respect. Well, there's been a lot of advice coming from lawyers and non-lawyers. But one thing I always remember, and it came from my father, who was not a lawyer, and he said to me, the most important thing is for you to focus on the task that is at hand. Focus on the task at hand. Give it all you can. Do it well. Do it properly. that is what will speak for you in the future. Focus on the task at hand and give it all the efforts that you can.